All right, everyone, welcome to Get Ahead with Nick podcast number 3. First thing I want to do is I want to thank all of the people who have been going to my website and booking a 30-minute strategy session for themselves. Whether you know me or you don't know me, this is a free 30-minute way that you can sort of evaluate some of your habits and your lifestyle and kind of create a roadmap for yourself and figure out where it is you actually want to go with your life. And it's a great way to get on my radar and get some free help that a lot of people charge money for things like this. So if you haven't already, go to my website and do it. And if you have, thank you. And now I want to thank everyone for listening and sharing their time and energy. And speaking of time, that is going to be our topic for today, is time management and how you can maximize your time. So what I want to talk about first is sort of a way that I think about my own time. And this analogy might be a little bit of a stretch, but hopefully it resonates with some of you. So I think of my own life as a boat, and I'm in this boat and I'm rowing. It's a rowboat. And it's old. It's an old boat and it's leaking and it's always getting in worse shape. So what I like to think about is that if I'm in this leaking boat, am I going to waste my time bailing out water, or am I going to try to plug the holes and stop the leak in the first place and stop it from the source? And that's sort of the difference between wasting time and effectively using your time. So I think of that. I think of, I'm in this boat, it's sinking slowly, and I could either bail out water or I could plug the holes up and then I can try bailing out the water. I hope that analogy resonates with some of you. I know it's a little out there, but it helps me kind of stay on track, because let's say I'm about to go on Instagram and I'm just going to be scrolling for, I don't know, let's say I'm on there for 10 minutes. It might in the back of my mind, I might think about it. I'll be like, wait, am I bailing water or am I plugging holes? So hopefully that helps some of you. If not, no worries. It's just how I think of my own life. But moving on, let's talk a little bit about the morning. So if you don't start your day on the right foot, then you're going to be digging yourself out of a hole the entire day. And obviously that does not work. So when your alarm clock goes off in the morning, if you don't make time to do at least one thing for yourself to get you started on the right foot, that could be meditation, it could be yoga, it could be going for a walk or a cold shower. Whatever it is, if you do not start your day on the right foot, you are going to be reacting to everything that happens to you all day rather than anticipating. Losers react, winners anticipate. So if you have to be at work at 8 and you usually get up at 7:30 and you're rushing around and you're reacting, you're going to have a terrible day. And when someone at work puts a huge stack of papers on your desk and says, I need these done by today, you're going to react to that. But if you instead woke up at, say, 7 o'clock and took 10 minutes to stretch and went on a 10-minute walk, and you weren't in such a rushed, reactive state, and you started and were anticipating the day and you prepared for it, when you're at work and someone gives you a stack of papers and says, I need these done at the end of the day, it's not going to crush your spirit and feel like you lost and you're unhappy. You're going to feel a little more motivated and a little more happy, and you're going to say, all right, the faster I could get these done, the faster it's over with, because you've already done something for yourself. You're in a task accomplishing mindset and you're ready to do more things for yourself. So that's something really, really important, is how you start your day. But a lot of you struggle to wake up earlier than you have to, because maybe you stay up late, or maybe you just feel a little bit burnt out. But here's another really good analogy. I think this is an analogy. All right, so feeling burnt out has nothing to do with how much you work or how tired you are. It's a lingering feeling that comes from not doing enough of the things that make you feel alive in life. That's what feeling burnt out is. So if you work an office job, 10 hours per day, 5 days per week, I can almost guarantee that you probably think that you are burnt out. But in reality, you aren't burnt out. You're not doing enough of the things that make you feel alive in life. After work, what do? Do you eat a shitty dinner and then get on Netflix and scroll through social media wishing your life was different? Or do you go to the gym and occasionally try something new? Maybe you take a cold shower, or you say something funny to a stranger, or you make a big investment, or take a spontaneous trip. Are you doing those type of things that make us feel alive and excited and give you a sense of adventure? Chances are you probably don't, and you think you're burnt out from working so much. But if you're not actually like out in the field doing some sort of manual labor, chances are you're not actually that tired. You're just tired of your current life. So get out there, try some new things. I'm going to do another podcast on this, on some things I recommend trying and some ways that you can implement new activities in your life, because I know it's not that simple. So don't worry, hang in there. I'm going to do a podcast on that soon. But for now, start thinking about ways that you can spice up your life a little bit. And that tired, burnt out feeling, I promise it's going to go away. All right, next thing I want to talk about is actually managing your time. So one really good way to decide whether you are plugging holes or you are bailing out water. I ask myself these questions often, and sometimes I journal with these. Steal this journal prompt. Steal this journal prompt. What am I spending all of my free time on? And am I spending my free time on things that actually matter to me? I'm going to say that again. Steal this journal prompt. What am I spending my free time on? And am I spending my free time on things that truly matter to me? And if you don't like your answer to those questions, it's okay. I would say a lot of us probably don't like our answer. But you can change this. It takes a little bit of time. You may need some help with this. Again, this would be a really good opportunity to book a free strategy session with me if you're auditing your time and you're saying, all right, I waste a lot of time, I waste a lot of money, and I always feel burnt out. If that sounds like you, book a free 30-minute strategy session. Let's talk. Trust me, I will be able to help pull you out of that hole, because we'll go through a series of questions that are going to make you really dig deep and actually do some self-discovering that you would not usually do. Another thing that you can do, if you're not interested in that and you prefer to work on your own, because that's fine too, that's absolutely fine. You can sort of do an audit of everything you do in the day. If you take one single day and write down all of the stupid things that you do throughout the day and how much time you spent on them, you will find that you do not have an issue with time, and you do not need more time in the day. You need better habits. That's another one that would probably be worth saying again. So I'm going to say it again. If you take one single day to write down all of the stupid things you do, for example, check your screen time. It's probably too high. You probably spend too much time on your phone. And if you can cut out even a little bit of those things, you are going to change your life slowly. These things don't happen in a day, but it only takes a day to figure out where you're going wrong. And one of the last things I want to talk about is setting up your life for a little bit more success once you learn to manage your time better. So let's say you do this audit and you're thinking to yourself, well, what do I do now? I've bought myself another hour every single day. What do I do now? What I like to say to myself, I say a lot of things to myself, as you can see. Endure when it's time to endure, and enjoy when it's time to enjoy. What this means is that you need to go through it a little bit early on in your life, and you need to set yourself up for success and work hard so that later in your life you can continue reaping those benefits. It's kind of like when you're trying to save money. If you've taken a financial literacy class, you know that the earlier you start investing, the less you will have to invest and the more money you will have later in life. But if you wait and in your 20s or 30s or even your teenage years, if you are not enduring and working hard at something, you are going to pay for it in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. So again, if you struggle with your time management, there's a free way that you can reach out to me. Nothing costs money, none of these tips. You can do an audit of your daily habits, take one day, carry a notebook around, write down everything you do in the day. It might feel a little weird, but I promise at the end of the day, you're going to say, wow, I waste a lot of time and I could get a lot of this time back. And then start using that time more wisely. Get up a little bit earlier, do something for yourself, and just start working hard on something you love, or on your career, or in school, or even just a skill or a hobby that you really have a passion for. Work hard on it, because in your teenage years, 20s and 30s, it is going to take some work. But then in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, however long you live, you will be able to kick back, relax, and reap the benefits of the hard work you put in while you were young and while it was easier. If you blow it in your early years in life, you're going to have some big regrets. And if you talk to someone on their deathbed, whatever they say, if you say, what's your biggest regret in life? It's going to be the things they didn't do. And it's going to be the fact that they probably should have worked a little bit harder. So you guys got this. That's really all I have to say about time management. Everyone's cases are a little bit different. So if you want to go book a strategy session, do it. If you want to try the audit, do it. If you want to hit YouTube and find some other resources, go ahead. Whatever's going to work for you, I support it. So that's pretty much all I've got for podcast number 3. Go to my website, getaheadwithnick.com. Check it out. See if there's anything on there for you. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at getaheadwithnick. Go to my Twitter. I just tweet a bunch of motivational and inspirational quotes. It's getaheadwnick. And make sure you subscribe and like on YouTube. If I'm bringing any value to your life, drop a comment, leave a like, tell a friend, and spread the word, because together we can all build better lives for ourselves. And that's all that I'm after. I'm not after your money. I'm after your happiness, because it adds to my happiness. So thank you for listening, and let's get ahead.